Welcome to the Mundus Fractura Lore Guide. This week on Lore Guide, we will take a deeper look at the planes of reality. It is with some abandon I bandy around terms like prime material and ethereal planes. I must apologize, for it has occurred to me that these things are not commonplace here on Earth. It is time for me to rectify this and give you, our valued listeners, a bit of context. Today, we will look at 6 of the most prominent planes of existence known to the scientific community of Mundus. First, the prime material. Second, the ethereal, or spirit plane. Third, the planes of nirvana. Fourth, the elemental planes. Fifth and sixth, we will look at the teleportation and dream planes. The prime material plane, also known as just the prime material, or the real, is the known physical realm, or what would be considered normal to the average satyr, drekar, or kobold on the street. The prime material includes the planetary body of Mundus Fractura, including Infra, Endelaust, and the planet's rings. But further, it includes Stjarna, the star's planetary system, the Stjörnudreki galaxy, and the entire wider universe that exists and functions under quote-unquote the normal laws of physics and space-time. Earth, for example, would also be considered to be of the prime material plane, and if you were somehow transported to Mundus, you would still be on the prime material plane. Though as a quick sidebar, it should be noted that on Mundus, you would be considered to be an extraplanar mammal, but we'll get into that another time. In future, when I mention the prime material plane, I am speaking of normal reality. The ethereal plane, or the spirit realm. Let me start off by debunking a commonly held mistaken belief that the ethereal plane is the same as the shadow plane. It is not. Though the ethereal plane, or the spirit realm, are frequently referred to as a shadowy realm, the true shadow plane is a distinct and independent place. The ethereal plane is a parallel plane of existence which is directly and strongly tied to, but separate from the prime material plane. The spirit realm is also itself tethered to the many planes of nirvana. Permanent residents and visitors to the ethereal plane are not beholden to the laws of physics in the same way that those of the real are. Though for sake of brevity, this will not be an exhaustive review. In short, denizens or visitors to the spirit realm can see a ghostly grey echo of prime material, and some can choose to interact with it. Gravity is absent, but up and down seem to be a known constant. Time is directly tied to time on the prime material. The powers, magic and psionics, function by the regional norms of the prime material. Meaning, if magic is stable in the real, it is stable in the ethereal of the same area. There are permanent and transient inhabitants of the region, as well as, at least on Mundus, several great centers of civilization. The ethereal plane can be very loosely summarized as being the same as the prime material, but different. Moving on. The planes of nirvana. Listeners may be familiar with places like the celestial or infernal planes, or in other words, heaven and hell. The truth is that though those places exist, they are only 2 of an endless collection. There are also planes like the nether, the abyss, and an infinite array of other sub-realms that all form the greater reality known as the planes of nirvana. To attempt to describe this amalgam realm is an absurd impossibility. But here we go. Nirvana is everywhere and is boundless. These realms are as often governed, ruled, or shepherded by non-peril sovereigns, such as by gods or devils, as they are not. So the realms of nirvana are as much the home of the deities, devils, demons, and other eternals, as they are the realm of your old dog, Tucker, running endlessly in the snow with a happy puppy smile. or the realm of departed halfling monks of the Happy Tree Grove of Mundus, dutifully and blissfully attending the great spirit tree known as Kran Spierad. In brief, Nirvana is the plane of the afterlife. It is heaven, hell, and all that can be imagined between or outside of those places. The elemental planes are an illimitable series of parallel realities, in each of which the laws of physics are warped in a manner that is aberrant to those of our own prime material. The elemental planes of fire, air, earth, and water might be what spring to mind when one would speak of them in a classical fantasy sense. But the elemental planes are much more than what those basic fictitious realities portray. They are, in fact, a series of parallel universes, where the laws of physics are slightly or even drastically askew from our own prime material. For example, the place known as the elemental plane of air is a universe where, via its realities of physics, only gases, liquids, and plasmas are able to form. Galaxies, stars, and planets all exist, but matter is confined to those physical mechanics. As a quick aside, the umbral or shadow plane I made note of earlier is one of these elemental planes. It should also be noted that each of the elemental planes have their own quasi-distinct ethereal planes, which are somehow very loosely tethered to the ethereal plane of the prime material. There is a Mundus Fractura Bestiary guide on elementals or Frumefni that delves into this a little deeper, so if you would like to know more, please go check it out. The possibilities of the elemental planes are a mind-twisting cornucopia of limitless variation. Isn't physics fun, kids? Back in Lore Guide episode 32, we gave an in-depth look at teleportation and the associated teleportation interstitial plane, or TIP for short. Though it is a plane of existence, the TIP is notable for being one of a select few planes of existence known as universally shared manifest plane. These are planes that are manifested or brought into existence typically by sentient beings, which are universally accessible across all the planes of existence. It has been argued by some of the, let's call them C-tier scholars, that the realms of Nirvana should be considered universally shared manifest planes. Though they are manifested planes, the Nirvana realms are not all planes of shared experience. Tucker the dog's realm, for example, is exclusively Tucker's Nirvana, where unlike the planes of Nirvana, the teleportation interstitial plane popped into existence during the first teleportation, has existed since, and is communal to all who use powers of teleportation across all realities. The second and seemingly much older example of a universally shared manifest plane is the realm of dream. I should clarify in our last episode of Lore Guide, reviewing Mundus Somnium, the realm of dream, I may have inferred that it was native to Mundus Fractura. The dream realm, though seemingly localized in its existence, actually interpenetrates the whole of the cosmos and all of the planes of existence. The independent seeming nature of dream realms of different places or planes is only an artificial partitioning. More simply, I mean what seems to be many independent dream realms are all just one realm. This illusory partitioning comes from the limited perspective of the individual consciousnesses which access it. For example, let's imagine a young human lady named Zoe from a small isolated mountain town on Mundus. She dreams of conflicts with the local shop owners, or how she will someday build a cabin with blue roof tiles. Then one day, in the real, her town is invaded by strange creatures called orcs that she had never seen or known of previously. Zoe is captured and sent far, far away to the orcish capital of Namu Darbus. Now, when this young lady dreams, it is of battling her orc captors. But also the orcs now dream of the village they destroyed and the captives they took. The dreams of all involved now include a vast array of new ideas and knowledge of people, places, and creatures previously unknown due to her limited experience. Imagine if they knew of, or had visited, the elemental plane of air. The dream realm is all one. The only limits are your imagination. Though there are countless more planar realms of existence, I hope this quick overview gives you a better insight and clarity into the possibilities and potentials of reality. Unfortunately, that is all for this time. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for future lore, guide shorts, and thank you for listening. Goodbye for now.